Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Thursday, June 29th.
We as a community, we as Americans, have to talk a lot more about service.
That's U.S. Congressman Mike Waltz, who represents the 6th District, talking about legislation he's sponsoring that moves the country back to a time of national service.
You don't have to wear a uniform to serve. You can do national parks, you can do inner-city tutoring, you can do Teach for America, we can do elderly care. There's a lot of ways to serve and still get that tangible benefit of leadership, teamwork, followership, and serving a cause higher than yourself.
As the military grapples with a 50-year low recruitment, Waltz says a defense bill passed out of committee last week aims to ease some of those challenges.
We expanded the eligibility for veterans to teach in junior ROTC in our high schools. Number two, we added to, as military members leave service, the Veterans to Teachers program. We've expanded that. And then we also made sure, as they're getting briefed on what's next in life, as they decide to end their military service, that Veterans to Teach program is front and center.
Waltz also wants to expand junior ROTCs to more high schools.
And that's not necessarily just for recruiting into the military and into service. Even if you do junior ROTC and you decide, you know what, I'll go do something else. We have found that young people who participate in junior ROTC and don't join the military usually end up becoming first responders or going to the Peace Corps or doing some other type of service. And at the end of the day, I think you get a better citizen out of it.
This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you.
Flagler Beach is one step closer to selecting a new city manager. The commission named 5 finalists for the job. They are Dale Martin, Fernandina Beach's former city manager who was fired in February; Todd Michaels, the village manager for Greendale, Wisconsin; David Williams, town administrator for Sherborne, Massachusetts; James Gleason, town manager in Littleton, New Hampshire; and Howard Brown, the village manager of Indiantown in South Florida. Brown would be the first minority city manager in Flagler Beach if appointed to the post. Martin was the only candidate to see a unanimous vote in his selection to move forward in the process. Commissioners will interview the 5 finalists in mid-July. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
Hotel room burglars, shoplifters, and a puppy thief are arrested.
Flagler County Sheriff's Office deputies made 24 arrests last weekend. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley says the arrests began with some burglars.
2 men that broke into the Days Inn stealing a large sum of cash. It appears that they met the victim at a local bar and followed him to the room.
And then there were shoplifters.
A trio of shoplifters went into Target and stole over $1,000 of merchandise.
And then there was a puppy thief.
A puppy was stolen in western Flagler County. An arrest was made in that case, but a puppy is still missing.
Over the weekend, deputies also handled 879 calls for service and made 86 traffic stops. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
An expectant mother from Palm Coast gives birth at an unexpected location.
Birthing support person Tabitha Sepula says the mother had some health concerns that could have affected the baby's birth, so the mother had planned to induce labor around the middle of next month. But then
Sunday morning, I received a call, and it's Isis. And so I answer, and she says, I've been having cramps.
Sepula got off the phone and drove to check on her.
I knew her risk factors, and I also knew she was preterm. She's only 36 weeks. I know her baby's health could be on the line. We decided to get in the car and head to Flagler, St. Augustine.
But they didn't make it to the hospital.
We get to the intersection of US 1 and 206, and she tells me she needs to push, and within 2 pushes, the baby was born on the side of the road. So EMS was called. By the time they got there, the baby had already been delivered, and they just handed me clamps to clamp off the umbilical cord and cut his cord and gave baby and mom a ride to the hospital. The hard part had been done.
The baby boy was 5 pounds, 11 ounces and 19.5 inches long.
Her and baby basically beat all odds. She did not have any of those health concerns. They're both healthy and doing well, and will be home in the next couple of days. And they've already started calling him their little hitchhiker.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Rich Petchke.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.